Oof, the Pirates just did a player really dirty. They cut a player 4 plate appearances away from a big-time bonus, and fans are saying that that guy should sue. The Angels and the White Sox faced off. Wait until you see how that game played out. The Padres turned a season-altering triple play against the Dodgers. That was huge. 81-year-old Jason Hayward basically won a game all by himself, and Tarik Skubal, he was pitching angry because not only are the playoffs on the line, but an MLB triple crown as well. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap, and don't forget that Recap is brought to you by SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Use my code on both of those apps. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Angels somehow managed to out-White Sox the White Sox. The White Sox let a can of corn drop. No one called it. This is in the 5th inning, by the way. So Eric Wagnerman, the extra base god, this RBI double gives him 7 extra base hits in his first 13 games, and the Halos have the lead. Jack Lopez, the rookie, he swatted his first career home run, but then later in the 8th, the Halos, they beat the White Sox at their own game. After Brian Ramos brought within 1, Luis, he skied one that's going to end the inning. No, it's not, because the rookie missed it. Jack Lopez, just a few moments after hitting his first career home run, it got kind of ruined by his brutal error, and then Benny, he punched one through the hole. It's 3-2, and the White Sox do avoid their 121st loss. That would have been the record for the most losses ever. Fans were booing. They wanted to see the record. They wanted to be part of history. I still can't believe that this is the final series in the Coliseum, one of the coolest ballpark names in all of baseball. 57 seasons in Oakland. I wish that John Fisher would have sold, or they would have had an expansion team, because I'm going to miss it. Adolis and Shea traded RBI doubles early in the game, one to right field, one to left field. Tyler Soderstrom, he's got some pop, but that's not enough to leave. He does make it back-to-back RBI doubles, though. Nathaniel Lowe showed how to get a ball to leave. Man, that ball went 441 feet. Now, both teams did score after that. That's why it's 4-4 on this Jonah Heim solo home run. He's kind of been an afterthought this year, which is mind-blowing. He went from a 755 OPS to a 599 OPS even after that home run. At least he got to hit a home run against his former team. He came on over in the Elvis Andrus trade. Mason Miller, he had 2 strikeouts in the 9th. He worked a scoreless 9th. Zach Geloff stepped in the bottom of the 9th. He roped a single. He then stole second base. The rookie's going to get his chance. Jacob Wilson in front of 31,000 people. He walks it off. I hope that the A's win every single game at home to close out this season. This is a huge series coming up. The Padres, they can clinch a wild card spot with the W, and they can get within 2 games of the NL West crown with the W. Ohtani, you saw he just lit off the game with a double, and then Xander Bogaerts gift-wrapped a free run with the airmail throw. Jake had his back. Into the Crone zone we go. He was far from done. Xander, he did make up for his sin. He singled home Jerkson Profar in the 4th inning. Cronenworth then made it a 3 RBI game. He's usually terrible in LA. I think he's batting 147 now in Dodger Stadium after this breakout game. Michael King, he was lights out, 5 scoreless, but we're going to fast forward to the later innings because a broken bat single made it 3 hits in a row. Enrique makes it 4-2. The bases are juiced. Nobody's out. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. A game-ending triple play to clinch the wild card. The Padres are now 8-3 versus the Dodgers. They've won 5 games in a row, and they're within 2 games of first place. Jackson Holiday is trying to join both Chourio and Merrill as 20 or 21-year-olds in the playoffs. One more thing, the Yankees, they can clinch the AL East with a W. And by the way, Baltimore, they need a W or the Royals or the Twins to lose to clinch a wild card spot. That is an RBI groundout for Heston Kjerstad. And O'Hearn, a perfect swing. He goes the other way. Anthony Santander slides in. It's 2-0. Orioles make it 2-1. Number 56 from the captain. That went straight to Zach Campbell. Aaron Judge is up to 56 home runs. Now it's back to a 2-run lead because Tony Taters has 44 home runs and 100 RBIs on the dot. He is having an unreal monster season. Gleyber, that's an unlucky bounce because both runs would have scored. Soto, he tied it. Wait. Soto got to second base. Gleyber got caught in a pickle. Unreal. That is a punch to the gut with Aaron Judge coming up. Cowser in front of Austin Wells. He pimped the hell out of that one. He's my rookie of the year right now. I wanted to give it to the 702 boy, the Vegas boy, Austin Wells, but Colton snatched it back the last few weeks. Sir Anthony Dominguez now has 10 saves with the Orioles, so the Yankees did not clinch the East. All right, let's see if the Royals lost, because if they did, the Orioles will secure a spot in October. This game had the lowest possible amount of runs scored because only 1 run was scored total. The lefties, Cole Reagans and rookie Mitchell Parker, they combined for 11 shutout frames. So we skipped to the 10th, where Bobby Witt Jr.'s speed made all the difference. His all-time speed rushes Nunez, so Nunez threw it away. The ghost runner Kyle Isbell can score easy, and again, it was just one run. I know that Vargas made a sick play to save even more runs from scoring, but again, just one run was needed for Lucas Erceg to close it out. He had 2 strikeouts to end it. The Royals, they snapped their 7-game losing streak, so the Orioles, they're going to have to rely on the Twins to lose now. Again, if Miami wins, Baltimore will at the very least clinch a wild card spot. There goes Mike Piazza again. I've been using that to describe second half Jonah Bride into the second deck. He has 9 home runs since the final day of July. Nick Fortes and Xavier Edwards, they stung some RBI base hits as well. Fortes on the single, X on the double to left center. Royce, he wants to rally the troops, but maybe comms were down, like communications weren't working. Maybe they got EMP'd or something like that because there were 0 reinforcements, a double play to end that rally. Weathers completed 5 innings with just 1 run, and Jeffers later on in the game, he slammed his bat down in anger. Eddie Julian, he couldn't bring in any runs either. Jesus Tinoco got Correa looking, so Baltimore does clinch because the Twins just lost. Minnesota is 2 games back of a wild card spot. We have kids literally skipping school to watch Tarik Skubal. His stuff is devastating. No damage in the first inning. Ryan Pepio, I guess we're skipping to the 5th. He got into some trouble, and Parker Meadows 1,000,000,000% swung, but the umpire must have been daydreaming. No way you missed that easy of a call. Pepio, he's yelling. He's not happy. And Wenzel, he put up an at-bat straight out of MLB The Show. Look at these foul balls. If I'm Ryan Pepio, I am screaming, and well, he was, because Wenzel won the battle. He laced a 2-run double to right field. Pepio, again, there he is screaming. Tarik, he secured his Cy Young a few weeks ago, but he extended his lead. 7 scoreless with 7 strikeouts, only 2 base hits, 1 walk. He has 18 Ws, a 2.39 ERA, 228 strikeouts. He needs a stinker from Chris Sale today to secure the MLB Triple Crown, because if Sale dices, he might be the Triple Crown winner, unless Dylan Cease goes crazy and strikes out a million and steals strikeouts. Either way, Brandon Lau, he made things a little bit scary, but Bo Brisky settled in for a 6-out save. The Tigers have won 3 games in a row, and they're tied with the Royals for the 2nd wildcard spot. So because we just brought up Chris Sale, let's talk about the Braves versus the Mets. This series is as important as it gets. They are both literally fighting for their lives. Atlanta is 2 games back of a wildcard spot. New York is in the wildcard right now, so they're just trying to keep their hopes up. This is playoff baseball in September. What was that? Sevy and Alvarez kind of collided a little bit. Arcia is now to 2nd on that bad throw. Ken Griffey Jr., Michael Harris the 2nd. Does that mean Michael Harris Jr.? Yeah, he put the Braves on the board, and Albies, he snuck one the other way, so Harris, he can score easy. Albies came around to score on a Ramon Laureano knock because Ramon is literally the right-handed version of Eddie Rosario this year. The Braves, they're feeling themselves early, especially this guy. Michael Harris is batting .490 with 5 home runs over the last 7 games. He's also ripping covers off of baseballs. Ronald Acuna Jr., I do want to show this. His dad was in attendance. That's Ronald Acuna Sr. Ronald's brother is in the box, and he got robbed by Michael Harris. Then you have Ozuna with an Oppo Taco into the chop house for his 39th home run. Spencer Schwellenbach, he owns the Mets. He went 7 innings, 11 strikeouts earlier in the season. He went 7 more frames in this one. He made just a single little mistake pitch. Mark Vientos, he's got power for days, so that you expect that. He's got 26 on the season. Spencer ends his 7 innings with a splitter as Raisel Iglesias got the final 3 outs on 5 pitches. The Braves are back to within spitting distance of the Mets. And the Diamondbacks. That's because the Giants blasted off for 5 home runs versus Arizona. 5 home runs. Patrick Bailey got 1 to go. Then Michael Conforto tattooed a pitch the other way for a huge 3-run home run, his 20th of the season. Brett Wisely just went lefty, another 3-run home run. That was impressive as hell. Elliot Ramos, yeah, that ball is way gone. He's got 22 home runs and a 126 OPS plus. Tyler Fitzgerald, he tomahawked out a 2-run home run for his 15th home run. He's still basically hitting 290 with a 147 OPS plus as a rookie. Logan Webb, I tip my cap to you, good sir. 6 scoreless. But the story of this game was the Diamondbacks' inability to get outs. They gave up another run on a bases loaded walk. Fans were booing left and right. The Giants, out of nowhere, have won 5 games in a row. They're playing spoiler as the Diamondbacks have lost 3 games in a row. So the Diamondbacks are just a half game ahead of the Braves, and the Mets are 1 game up. So this last week is gonna be bananas. Alex Bregman has been owning Recap lately. That is 17 home runs since July 5th. Jorge Polanco, he's been a little bit better in the second half as well. That is a rare home run off of Framber Valdez. Randy, he split the gap going the other way. J-Rod scores, and Polanco drove in another, but I think that woke up the Astros because Kyle Tucker, they call him King Tuck. He's batting .340 with 4 home runs since coming off the IL. Jason Hayward not only clutched up with the bat, but with the defense as well. He saves extra bases right here. He banged it to the wall. He took out something in that wall. He held on, and he wasn't done. A game-winning 2-run home run off of Logan Gilbert. Hader, he had a clutch strikeout in the 8th, so he's going out for a 4-out save. 3 of the 4 outs that he got were on the strikeout. The Astros have done it again. 4 consecutive AL West crowns. You can never write them off. I know they had a slow start, but they're the Astros. Don't write them off. Fools! Not talking about the people who wrote off the Astros. I'm talking about the people who let Kyle Manzardo and Lane Thomas get hot. Manzo, he crushed another upstairs fastball. He's batting over 300 with 5 home runs and 51 at-bats this month. Naylor, he had a rocket single. India was just a little bit too short. He did not have the moon shoes on. Get up, baseball! Lane Thomas has 7 home runs and 19 RBIs in September. I'm not going to rub this game in. Cleveland, they went easy after Bybee struck out 7 over 7. Clase got the final 3 outs, but no save. Either way, the Guardians, they secured a bye to the division series. Let's go. The Red Sox at the Jays. Vladdy, ooh, that is a loud 2-run double. He's got 43 doubles and 102 RBIs. The Jays went up 3 after 5 innings, but we all know the Red Sox have kind of been the AL version of the Giants. They just can't stop winning lately, despite basically being eliminated. Sadon, 2 more RBIs. He's got 75 RBIs. I didn't know that he had that many. Masataka got a chance, a rare chance versus a left-handed pitcher, and Ernie Clement saved multiple runs. Still an RBI for Yoshida. That sends this game to extras. Trevor, his story is far from over. Yeah, it's like that. He's batting .333 with 5 extra base hits and 4 stolen bases. His last 10 to go along with sick defense. Vaughn Grissom, love to see that. A huge insurance run considering they traded away the Cy Young anyways. Toronto, they scored a few more. Without that Grissom RBI, Toronto ties it on this RBI double from Leo Jimenez. And then a bases loaded walk to Alejandro Kirk. Unfortunately, Addison Barger could not get it done. That is ball game. So the Red Sox have won 4 games in a row. But considering there's only 4 games left, if they lose 1, I think the season's over. I gotta respect the fight, though. Also, a massive tip of the cap to Bowden Francis. He went 5 scoreless against the Red Sox, right? So since June 9th, the dude has a 2.1 ERA. Let me repeat that. A 2.1 ERA since June 9th, and he almost threw a no-hitter twice. Speaking of doing things twice, the 2-timer, Bryce Harper, has won 2 MVPs. He swatted his 30th of the season, so he now has 5 seasons of 30 or more home runs. We need another monster postseason from the 702 boy. Come on, man. Bryce, go off. Taijuan Walker, dude, you suck. I'm sorry. You're stealing money. I'm saying it again. Every time we bring up his name, the word implode, implosion, imploding, or batting practice is being used. The Cubs teed off on the guy. There was bases loaded walks. There was RBI groundouts. There was RBI singles. Seiya got 2 RBIs right there. Ian Happ, he just beat the Austin Hayes throw. That was an absolute seed from Austin Hayes. Same with Bellinger. Seiya is able to score. He barely sneaks in ahead of that Austin Hayes throw. And the Phillies just could not overcome batting practice McGee, a.k.a. Taijuan Walker. They had 3 more to the scoreboard. Bellinger, he's in there for a 3-run blaze. What? He is in there with a base clearing 3-run 3-bagger. There we go, words. That is a 4 RBI night, and the Cubs ended up with 10. Schwarber, this is awesome. 38 home runs, 102 RBIs. I want to see 40 home runs again. By the way, he has 131 home runs since 2022. I need him to get into that 400 club. He's not close, but he can get pretty close over the next 5 years. Chicago, they win big. Sal Frelick got it past the leaping Brian De La Cruz in right field, and then Frelick scored on a Joey Ortiz inside-out swing that looked like Jeter right there. Like, Jeter always had that inside-out swing working for him. That is a 2-run knock for Joey. Both starters were not that great, so we're going to go to the 7th, where Willy Adames made some history. He just became the 4th shortstop ever to have 100 RBIs, 30 home runs, and 20 stolen bases in a single season. The others, oh, just Rockies Trevor Story, Bobby Witt Jr., and Alex Rodriguez. He's going to get so much money in free agency. A lot of people are saying that he's going to go to the Dodgers. Frelick, he scouted, went to O'Neal Cruz, who has a cannon, but could not show it off right there. The Brewers, they're just gearing up for a playoff run. They're trying to stay healthy. They're also trying to catch the Phillies for that 2nd best record in the NL, because if you get 2nd best record, you get a bye to the division series. The Phillies have 93 wins. Milwaukee has 90, so it's going to be tough. The Brewers beat up on the Pirates, and the Pirates are getting beat up. Their public relations team has to be working overtime right now because Rowdy Tellez, who had a pretty good second half, he's not been great in September, I will say that, but I don't think that he deserved to be flat out cut and kicked off the team because of a bad September on a team that has no chance of making the playoffs. He was cut 4 plate appearances before he was about to trigger a $200,000 bonus, so they cut him allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly so I don't get sued by the Pirates. They allegedly cut Rowdy Tellez to save $200,000. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that Rowdy should file a suit against the Pirates or Major League Baseball? That's what's known as a grievance. What do you make about that? 4 plate appearances short. They cut him so they can save some money. Charlie Blackmon is playing his final week in the big leagues again. I still can't believe I'm saying that out loud. I wanted to show off his standing ovation before Mason Wynn. He teed off, he waited back on the curveball. He smoked his 15th home run. Aaron Shunk, I think that's how you say it. He's got a 6-game hit streak, by the way. Also, he later tied it in the 5th inning. Charlie, is this his last triple? He is the active leader in 3-baggers. That's his 68th career triple. He makes it 3-2. Just kidding. It's 3-3 after Alec Burleson had an RBI ground out. So this Jordan Walker 2-out, 2-strike hit is a go-ahead RBI. Victor Scott, he got one through a hole as well. That kid can fly, so I think he stole second base. And then Mason Wynn, he punched a ball the other way for a second base hit. Give him 4 RBIs on the night. This is big for 2025. If they can get Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker, Victor Scott, all some confidence before the season ends, huge. Well, everyone, that does it for today's recap. If you enjoyed, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe. I am so locked in for this final week, and I have not been this excited for playoffs in quite some time. Let's all get locked in together. Hit that subscribe button and enjoy the web gems.
Well, this one to the right side. Santana dives. Blewett has to get there. A catch and a step.
Lines this toward left field. Reynolds. Oh, what a play!
Wells with a squibber. Kramer.
I'm angry, but with hope. And there's a nice play. Wow, by.
There's a liner, and Schwanenbach got a piece of it. Oh, that's trouble.
To left, and Profar coming in. Dives, makes the catch again.
What a play by Ketel Marte. Reaches.